Hey, welcome to Night's Arcade. I'm Sleepless Night. Sounds like I'm drunk. I'm Sleepless Night. That's who I am. This is a Night's Arcade. Welcome to Night's Arcade. I'm Sleepless Night. We're in Hardspace Shipbreaker again. My chatbot is going, is this alright? Can I do this? Yeah, there we go. Everything's fine. So, we're going to continue with... What? There we go. Sorry. This is a PC game, but I do use a controller. For those of you not familiar, I have had problems with my hands, my joints and so on since I was 18 years old. So I really struggle to WASD. I struggle with the keyboard. I even bought like a Razer keypad with a rest and everything, and even that didn't help. So until I can come up with a way of controlling things better, I'm stuck with one of these for the majority of games, you know, if they require a lot of, you know, when words fail you, you just go, buddy! Welcome, buddy. How are you? Have a norm. You're a regular now. Definitely. Right, we're not on the, oh, no, not on the standard license, on the limited license, which is there. Where are we at now? Rank 12 on that license, yes. Let's continue. JW's in the house. No. How are you guys? Right, let's continue with the career. Still got that lingering cough in it. Yeah, coughs don't go away. That. So in Night's Arcade, we've got my inspiration for my channel name today from t-shirt on. We got Flynn's Arcade, of course. If you're a movie fan, which of course everybody who knows me knows that I am. From Tron.
Your theta wave levels are high. Please.
How's it going? Starting my first station hopper. Cool. What, mackerel or gecko? When you say your first station hopper, I'm guessing it's a mackerel. Gecko station hoppers they're a pain. They're not the worst ship to do, but I find them a little bit tedious. The gecko station hopper. As I've said many times, mackerel, yeah. As I've said many times, the worst ship in the game, as far as I'm concerned. It's horrible. I just don't enjoy doing them at all. And I love this game, but I don't enjoy making those. The worst ship in the game is the Gecko salvage runner. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing. And it's almost always bugged. You know, when they fix one bug, another one pops up. So no updates since last week. Hopefully there aren't going to be any major bugs. You know, if you remember I said last week that the post-release patch that they updated, it fixed a couple of things, but it reintroduced. Whenever they release a new patch, it's like the crazy physics that they have. It's got to be a really difficult thing to control. All these ship parts floating about, and you've got a program for decompression. You've got a program for the weights of the different components and how they react, and explosions and nuclear explosions and fuel explosions and coolant leaks and radiation, and you're all in 0G, and you've got to do all these things, and that's got to be a difficult thing to maintain. There's got to be some really hard work goes into the coding there, I think, and I think that's what causes the problems. But ever since, you know, for the last 2 years, ever since Shipbreaker was in early access, the crazy physics that suddenly has things going ping for no apparent reason. You'll disconnect something that's still connected in 5 different places, and all of a sudden 5 or 6 different parts of your ship go like you just hit a pile of letters with a leaf blower or something. And stuff like that happens. And it gets a bit weird. But the thing is, they seem to find it really hard to stay on top of that, and understandably so. But every time they introduce, every time they release a patch which fixes some little bug, like a reactor explosion as soon as you disconnect the ECU or something like that, which was a common one at one point with the Stargazer geckos. So they'll release a thing that fixes that, but every time they fix something, it reintroduces some crazy physics bug like that. So then they fix that, and everything's fine until the next update. Then that introduces some problem. So they fix that problem, and it introduces crazy physics again. And it like, so this is what we're working with. But all in all, you know, not too bad, I don't think. Let's go and have a look at our equipment, see what's going on here. What's going on here then? I think all that equipment's fine. We've got 69 Lynx tokens. Is that enough to do anything of any note? Yeah. What should we do? Range of the grapple. Strength of the grapple. Grapple strength is a good thing. We've used up all the brakes. The top speed on the thrusters wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Right, let's do that. Oh, we still got 38. We might be able to actually still do... Oh, we can do the range still. And maybe the heat capacity. As we start to get the bigger ships, sorting out the cooldown and the heat capacity, these are good things. You really want to try to sort that out. Because, you know, as I said, one of the first things you want to do is your O2. But our O2 is looking pretty good now. Yeah, there are 2 more upgrades, but to be honest, after number 3 on your O2 capacity, as long as you're working with 15-minute shifts, after the 3rd upgrade for your O2 capacity, you shouldn't really need another one. I mean, eventually you just add them anyway because you run out of things to spend Lynx tokens on, but after that. Bongo's here! How you doing, buddy? Way! They must have gone the same update school as most of Frontier. It's got to be a difficult thing, you know. It's like when you take into account all the different stuff that they've got to control and maintain, all in 0G, and, you know, like I said, with explosive decompression and atmosphere, no atmosphere, nuclear explosions, fuel explosions, coolant leaks, different weights of different materials, tethers, grapples, push, like there's all sorts of stuff. Is that a dorky wave? It's because it's not a salute there, Bongo. You didn't get the salute. It was just a dorky wave. Like that. Anyway, how you doing, buddy? Well, I'm just pissing about. I don't know what I'm doing. Right, so let's go. Let's go back. If I don't know what I'm doing in Shipbreaker now after 2 years of constantly playing it. We got any new posters? We've probably got some new posters. Should we oh, for God's sake. I wish they'd make this a properly 3D hab. Let's see. What have we got? No. Funny. More skellywigs. No. Fun Friends Animals, the movie. I like to have these on here. I don't know why I like these on the little blueprinty things. And I like those Tiber interplanetary stuff. You know, those kind of I can dream kind of things by my bed. Let's put the bunny there. Right, let's pick a ship and get on with this, shall we? Talkie wave. Oh crap! We were in the middle of a goddamn fuel javelin. Shit. Well, goddamn it. Right, what do we need for? What do we need for this thing? Let's have a look. Oh, I've got fuses. And that. So now what? A distributor. I'm detecting symptoms of acute awesomeness with my porn music app. Really weird. Right, what distributor? I don't think there'll be one of those on this thing. No, didn't think so. Right, okay. Let's just get on with it. Let's get this damn thing finished. Went dark mostly. I just played Dirt Rally and read books and deleted my Twitter.
Words of wisdom this morning.
Oh God, here's Hal.
This is from Megan Rye Paulson's book, Owning the Future.
If you're not familiar with Hal Rhodes, he's the administrator who has been dispatched to our sector of space from Lynx in response to murmurings about a union. If you're a UK dweller, this last week or so, Its union's been in the news an awful lot, and I've got to say, can't say it's a bad thing.
Okay.
But he's there to oversee us. But he's a typical middle management asshole that speaks in fridge magnet and like you know the type.
Focus is the brawn of the mind. Focus is power. Focus is divination.
Oh, do we have any?
Focus on
Nope.
what you want to achieve. Let nothing deter you, and you will succeed.
Excuse me. Was this a training ship? This was a training ship, wasn't it? That's why. I think that's why I've got this. This was a training ship.
Achievement. Ah, incredible.
Once you've started a training ship and you've done the thing that you're training on it for, it just reverts to like a normal shift pattern. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have picked this because I don't have the demo charges, which I keep forgetting about.
Airlock depressurizing.
Hold on. No. Nothing bad is going to happen. Nothing bad. It's all right. I don't know why I cut that first buckle off. There's no need. For some reason, in these things, all you really got to cut is that. Really weird. I always think. Ah, there's another. Let's take that one. Boom. But oh no. Boom.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Yes. Is that my regulator? I should have checked.
Applying credit.
Should have checked the atmo in the rest of the ship, really. Airlock's pressurized. Did I? Oh, I got rid of all the fuel things. So we're good. Wow. Oh. Oh shit.
Credits deposited.
My hab just had 2 bunny posters. Now it's full of bunny posters. Fair enough.
Salvage accepted. Credits up.
The heart wants what the heart wants, buddy. Can't be arguing with that. What the hell happened to this? I'm sorry. I'm trying to work out why, in the name of hell, this cockpit has come all floaty and stuff. Yeah, let's grab that rod. Grab that rod, will ya? No! Oh, the number of times I've done that. There we go. Get rid of that. Where's the... Oh.
Valuable object processed.
Not really on I'm not really focusing today. Did that? I just blast that rod. I just incinerated the damn thing, didn't I? Never mind. Right. Now, I don't... although, actually, I've taken the cockpit off, and that is in one piece there. So if I should be able to depressurize this airlock, I think. No? Why? Oh, for God's sake. Right. Okay. I remember why I can't. I think the last thing we did... I remember what this was a training ship for now. It was the power generator, wasn't it? That's why I didn't intend to come back to it, because the power generator's... God damn. So we disconnected the power generator, so that airlock's not going to work anyway. Now I remember. It's all coming back to me now. All right, let's decompress it. The hard way. Let's do it the hard way. Whoop! Yeah, there we go. Yep. Shit. Come on, there isn't that much air in the goddamn airlock. What's with you? There we go. Right, please tell me. Tell me nothing else is like that. No, that's fine. Everything's fine over there. No pressure in that airlock. No pressure. No pressure. Right. So we got... Let's take that off. Right, let's see about removing this. Oh, shit. Oh, no, no, no. Now I remember. Oh, no. So, this is what happened. It's all coming back to me now. So this was a training ship, and since it's been a week since I did it, if it had been a day since I did it, I'd forgotten. This is a training ship. So what they really wanted me to take off this was the power generator. Right? Turn on your light. All right. Hey, Goph, how you doing? So I forgot so yes, if you weren't here at the end of last week, I decided we'd do the training ship, right? The training vessel. Because once you've done what they want you to do for the training, it just becomes another ship that you're cutting down. Iced tea is a perfect drink for summer. I changed my mind. That's a bit random, GW, but that's cool. But now I've remembered that because it was a training vessel, the thing that they wanted off this, which is just what I hurried to do at the end of last week's stream, the thing they wanted off it was the power generator. Right? But of course, because I've taken the power generator off, I cannot disconnect the thruster. Right? Which is a problem, because as you can see, as you can hear, and see by the lights, you still got fuel running through there. From the reactor to the thruster. That's not awesome. Now, when I'm taking my time, what I tend to do, although this is a bit of a problem, what I will tend to do with the javelins where you've got the reactor in a horizontal position like this, right? Goph is about to have a heart attack hearing me say this. But what I tend to do when I'm taking my time is I will take all the rings off the back of the javelin, right? As many of them as I can remove. But this is assuming there's no fuel in the line, right? Then I will cut. There's usually something holding the ECU. There you go. So I'll cut this away from the ECU so the ECU is free. And the ECU and the coolant pipe, the reactor, are all one component. So I'll take the rings off the back and then I'll pull all of that at once out through the back, through the back of the ship. Then I'll remove the plating and, sometimes I'll disconnect the coolant tanks from the ECU. Sometimes I don't bother. It doesn't matter. I mean, frankly, if you've got it in a position where you're straight down to the barge, you're not really going to lose anything by just tethering the damn thing all the way down to the barge. It's not a major issue. Oh, God damn, I hate this crap. Get off. Get off. But yeah, since in this instance, what we've got, unfortunately, is that there's still fuel in the line because I forgot when I restarted this that it was a training ship from last week. Which is a bit of a pain in the ass, quite frankly. Goph was really happy when I moved on to mouse and keyboard. But as I've just been telling my viewers, and as I've told them many times before, there is a good reason why we even use the reactor assembly itself to hammer the rings after, I remember Goph was quite pleased when I eventually moved to mouse and keyboard, right, from controller. But I did that when I finally got my Razer keypad. Because as my viewers mostly know, and as I've just been explaining again, since I was 18 years old, I've had real problems with my joints, which makes it really difficult for me to use a keyboard. I find it really quite painful after a while. So I did. Wait, who was the norm for? Hey, Vitaly, how you doing? Great to have you back on stream. Sleepless night. It's for HJ. Here's HJ. You can't norm yourself, HJ. You get one of your own. How you doing, buddy? Better? How you feeling? Yeah, so, I eventually, unfortunately, I just abandoned the keyboard. I couldn't even get used to it with the keypad. So I am back on the controller, I'm afraid. Goph, who's in the chat here, for those of you who don't know Goph is I first met Goaf or started chatting with Goaf when I used to do the race. Because Goaf is a racer. And he's actually a celebrity Shipbreaker racer. Because Goaf is, like, when I was doing the race, sometimes I'd come within the top 15 from time to time, but most of the time not. But Goaf was almost always position 1 or 2. Didn't know you had joint issues. Yeah. It's always been a bit of a problem. I'm going to just want work to finish. You still at work, buddy? Is what a euphemism. You can norm yourself. So, yeah, Goaf. But Goaf is like a Shipbreaker racer, and he does that all the time. Like, I stopped... When they added the wheel, when they added this, right, I stopped doing the race because that slowed me down. As Goaf will attest, that slowed me down just by a couple of seconds because I was no longer able to just flick from one tool to another with the press of a button. And it slowed me down by just a couple of seconds. But in the race, Goaf will tell you, a couple of seconds is all it takes. That's a massive difference. A couple of seconds is the difference between coming in first place and coming in 18th place, 20th place, 25th. You know, it makes a difference. So, but Goaf, I know a lot of you said, yeah, I'm pretty good at cutting down these ships, but trust me, compared to Goaf, I'm not. Because the thing is, since I stopped doing the race, I just take my time and enjoy the game. Oh dear. Coolant leak because I've cut through the bottom of the thing. Now we're going to have a reactor meltdown, folks. Actually, maybe not, because it might only be just one that's loose. We'll see. But now you can see the reactor's loose. And the thruster's loose. But that isn't. Yeah, it's really, really thrown me off doing the... Oh, it is. There we go. And I've got no demo charges at this stage. Oh, God, I've got no demo charges, so I can cut that off, though. Shoink. I'm walking him through the story, Goaf. We're playing through the story. I mean, I've played it through a couple of times now, but... Back to it. I'll be back in a few. All right. No problem, my friend. Take your time. Right, what we should be able to do... I've got no demo charges, so I can't send that to the barge. The amplifier, that's not going to work. Come on, baby. It's all gone a bit Pete Tong. But I think we'll abandon this ship, actually, after this one, because the only reason I restarted it is because I forgot that I'd used it as the training ship. If I'd remembered, I wouldn't have come back in. I would have started with a different one. Right, so now, normally I don't have the thruster attached at this point, right? But what we'll do... It looks like it's come out all on its own anyway, so we'll just get that out of the way. So take off your paneling. Boink.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Right, so there shouldn't be a problem with this thing. You can just whip the damn thing straight out. No issue at all. And then...
Salvage registered.
Well, you're going to have a little bit of it.
5 minutes left in this ship, Cutter.
Yeah, thanks, Weaver.
We were out.
I've actually never disconnected this last panel while there's still fuel in the line. I'm kind of curious. Huh, interesting. Never done that before. Right, the thruster's worth more than the plating, so let's send that down to the barge. Again, it's all about... Oh, there's the ECU. Let me go and remove those coolant tanks. Too close to the coolant leak. Come on. I cut one of these from the back of one of the Atlas thrusters the other week, and quite often when you do those, it just goes all to hell. And if you clip those ones even slightly, you're absolutely screwed.
Please avoid damaging valuables.
Yeah, no problem, lady. It's still quite early. Yeah. I've excuse me. I didn't seem by my lingering cough. I had COVID like for quite a few weeks. So I started to do the story on the day it released. On release day. But then I got taken out of the running for a few weeks with COVID. So for like, what, 2? I can't remember. Viewers might know better than me, but it was a couple of weeks. So I got taken out of the running by COVID. So that's why I've only just come back to it now.
Credits awarded.
Yeah, I'm not really even bothering particularly with this. There we go. No, not into the furnace. There we go. Whatever.
Warning. Low oxygen reserves.
Oh, there you go. Do that one last O2 upgrade.
Credit to account.
There we get 4. Removed all of those. Don't think there's any O2 in here. Nope. I don't know what I'm even releasing these for, because I'm going in a moment. I'm not going to bother with these.
Critical oxygen levels.
All right, lady. You and me are going to have words one of these days. Whee! Oh, I can't even be bothered to refill the oxygen. I'm sick and tired of this javelin. Let's just go inside. COVID, yeah. It finally caught up with me. I avoided it for like 2 years. 2.5 years. I avoided it. But it caught up with me in the end. Well, I think I avoided it for 2.5 years. I had a cold like right when it first started, COVID, and it was a really, really bad one. And it was before it was all over the news everywhere. It had started, but it was before it was all over the news, and we all got it really, really badly for weeks and weeks. So it might have been that I had it then. I don't know.
46-52.
Your designated sleep period is now over.
Have a great day.
As Hal would say, just yank it out. Yeah, well, Hal is an administrator. He was never a shipbreaker, so Hal don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, let's go and put our poster up. Get rid of that bunny. No! Oh. Nope, didn't want to do that. There we go. I like to have those ones in the workstation area. 14 repair kits. There is no need to repair these at this stage. It's just my kind of OCD-ness that makes me do it. Let's see what upgrades we got. Again, if you're getting onto the bigger ships, heat capacity and cooldown for your laser cutter are a good idea. Not so much excuse me. Still got this lingering cough. Not so much for the javelins. And not for the Atlas ships. Not for the Javelin or the Atlas, but when you get onto the bigger geckos, particularly like station hoppers and stuff like that, and actually for some of the points on the Javelins, depending on how you decide to go about taking them apart, the cooldown and your heat, so your heat capacity and your cooldown are important, because quite often the quickest way to just yank a load of stuff out and get it down to the barge, especially like on the station hopper gecko, for example, the best way to get all the stuff, because inside the main compartment, the main cabin of a station hopper gecko, there are like 1 million seats and computer terminals and stuff like that, right? And you can tether them all together so they're all floating loose. That's great. But in order to get them out, rather than having to faff about, you either have to cut a massive big hole in the floor, which is quicker. But you know me, I'm a bit OCD about these things, so it's quicker, but it creates a lot of confetti. It creates a lot of mess if you're not careful. So what I tend to do is just melt out the floor panel entirely, because it's not really worth enough to make it worthwhile faffing about with. So I'll just melt out the floor panel and then blast all the stuff through the floor. But if you like, you can just cut a hole with your split saw. But to do the melting out of the floor panel, and some of the time to melt out panels cleanly, rather than doing it with a split saw, because you can avoid accidentally hitting anything that's behind it, and it will remove also all the little points that wall, if you're melting out a wall, for example, all the little points that's attached to, and allow stuff to float freely. Particularly in the javelins, you want to pull out the center sections. So the central hull, if you want to pull those out and separate them from the rings, in places, they'll be attached by a wall. And rather than faffing about, I just melt that wall and pull it all apart. But, you know, you've got to be careful if you do that. You've got to know what's behind the wall, but especially if you're using a split saw, like doubly so. What am I haven't got any demo. I still keep forgetting that I need the... Let's leave those Lynx tokens, because I keep forgetting that I need the demo charges. Mordred and Gegs. Let's have a couple of let's have a couple of Norms. I'm bringing Norman back. Right. So what have we got? I don't want to bother with that javelin. So let's see. Let's start cleanly, as I should have done. We got to... Oh, what do we need? We need a distributor, don't we? So, by the way, on here, right, you'll see on here that when you look through this list, in the Ship Doctor app on the right-hand side, you'll see it says detected on ship, right? And it says there, for example, for that javelin, dampener, fuse, rod, heatsink, wires. For the Exolab, it'll say filter, circuit, dampener, fuse, wires, blah, blah, blah. Ion coils on the Scout craft, circuit, fuse, rod, ion coil, and wires. That doesn't mean that you cannot get those other components off this ship. It just means that these are the parts that it's detected free floating. So these are the parts that it's detected that you can just pick up if you find them, assuming that you locate them. It's easy on a small ship, but on one of the gigantic geckos, if you've got like a massive industrial cargo gecko, which is my favorite ship in the game, but, you know, that's a lot of space for this stuff to just be floating about in. So, you know, you don't want to be turning on your scanner and just trying to find every single one of those. Can take you a while to track it all down, and it's not often worth it. But that, when it says detected on ship, they're just the bits that are free floating on board. You can still find the other stuff if you're willing to take apart, to lose what you would have gotten for for salvaging components, and take those components out of larger items, like food dispensers, for example. The distributor you can find in waste disposal units. So you can find a ship that's got one of those on. Let's see. A lot of the... No, that's a bit too small. Not a lot of interesting ships on this list today. Station hopper mackerel. 2 of those down at hazard level 7. Roustabout tug. A bit of a pain. Yeah, we haven't got a distributor. We haven't got a distributor free floating on any of those, but I'm trying to find a ship that might have a... the Exolab might have. Maybe... That won't. The mackerels won't have. They're not going to have waste disposal units on them. Yeah, and we haven't got any geckos yet. So let's see. Rather than picking something that's got that on board, let's pick the thing that's most likely to sort of give us a bit of a hefty boost. So none of those lower levels. That is not a bad one. Yeah, okay. Let's do the scout. Yeah, let's do the scout. Supop! How you doing? Welcome back. Excuse me. I'm feeling all right. Anyway, gigs. It's like this lingering cough. You know, I always get a lingering cough after colds and stuff. If you've got the time, as I've said many times, if you're finishing up like, if you're finishing up a ship that you've just that you've cleared it all off and you've got a couple of minutes or even a few seconds before you're due to get back in or before your shift's over, use that time to top up your tethers and your fuel and whatever it is else that you need to do. Oh, that's all pressurized. Great. Because, you know, just do that before you go back in at the end of a shift if you have the time. It just saves you a little bit of time at the beginning of a shift. It doesn't really matter. Like I say, it's not a major thing when you're just playing the game for playing the game. It just depends when it gets to a point, and you'll know when this is. Once you get playing the game, you'll know when this is. When it gets to a point when you've got a ship that you could finish in 2 shifts, but might run into 3 if you're a little bit careless. You know, I'm not being especially careful at the moment with these, as you can see. Or I'm being more careful than speedy.
Account credit applied.
The main reason for that is that we're on the limited revivals thing, and we're running through the story, so.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Yeah. Sometimes with these, there are components that you can cut the buckles and the clamps, the cut points off with the split saw, and you'll do no damage to. Or parts of the ship, but components, usually you can damage them if you accidentally clip them with the split saw, as I've done many, many times. And one of the downsides to doing it with a controller rather than... Oh no, don't do that. That's pressurized. Stupid boy. Woo. Right, I'm going to take these thrusters out now, because now that they've reintroduced crazy-ass physics with the latest patch to some of the ships, what I want to do is keep as much weight on the ship as possible while I'm disconnecting the thrusters, while I'm severing the fuel lines on the thrusters and popping them open. I want to keep as much weight on the ship as possible so that the action of the thrusters popping away isn't going to make the ship skew all over the place. It might do anyway, because, as I said before, that latest patch solved some problems, but as they often do, as a lot of the patches do, it reintroduced some wacky, crazy physics in some places to some ships, under some circumstances. If you recall last week, we were doing... Was it another scout? It wasn't a scout. I can't remember what it was, but... Excuse me, it was an Atlas ship. I remember that. So it was an Atlas ship, but if you recall... all I did, once I got inside the thruster, was I cut away one of the fuel tank clamps at the far end. Just one. And all the parts of the ship, it just blew apart like leaves. It's just... So, you know, it happens. It happens. Again, with these, especially at this level when my grapple strength isn't that great, I tend to tether that to the back of the bay first, and then make my cuts. Being careful, as I'm not always. Whee. You can also do this with demo charges, but they're, if you've got them, but they're a little bit difficult to get in the right place. And sometimes it can take more time to get the demo charges in the right place than it can to boom. And then once again, we're going to have this crazy ass nonsense with the the thruster panels getting hung up and pulled into the furnace if we're not careful. So tether it to the back of the bay. Swap your... Ooh, that was nearly a mistake. I know I destroyed a light. Does it look like I give a crap? No, watch out for that, because that... No, there we go. As I was saying, watch out when you get one of those sprays of fuel, because that is what will light you up as you go through. And then what did I do? I just went straight through the middle of it. Pop. Right, so let's hope the same thing does not happen this time. They're held in place by these pieces of the hull anyway, but the bottom ones should come loose, I think. Yeah, there we go. Right, these should be all right, but as you've seen before, you know, just tether a couple up there. If you're a bit nervous about it, just tether a bit further forward of the thing, and then tether a couple into there, and you should be all right. That should keep it away from the furnace. If you put one more tether into there than you've done down for, or to one of the jacks, that'll be enough to get it pulled into. You don't have to. You can leave it then. Don't have to worry about it. You saw a video where they use coolant. You mean coolant on the... you mean using coolant on the pipes to slow down the reaction? In the thrusters. Once you remove the thruster. Is that what you mean? They take the little coolant can out and ding it so that they use coolant on the pipes to slow down the reaction. You can do that, but to be honest, most of the time it's not. You're just wasting more time than is necessary. But yeah, that's a good plan.
Credits transferred.
I've seen it done plenty of times. There you go. Just stick one more into the processor than you put down on that wall, and that'll sort it out. They should have come loose now. I always forget these. Crap.
Salvage deposit registered.
There we go. That's fine.
Account credited.
That's fine. It's going in. Did that other one come back out?
Salvage secured.
No idea.
Deposited. Processing valuable.
No idea.
Credits awarded.
Right. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to see, because I don't think it wasn't a scout craft, the last one. But if you remember, all I did was this. The first cut that I made on one of these, right? And that was it. It wasn't even attached to most of the rest of the ship, and the whole ship flew apart like leaves. And that, you know, sometimes that just happens. You just have to get used to it. Not a major problem.
Salvage registered.
All right, we'll leave that other one until we've got those out of the way, which means cutting away the rest of the hull. Let's go and deal with the pressure situation. Whee! Okay, weird. I'm getting a new PC next month. Really excited to play Kingdom Come. Nice. You've played it before, though. So here, look. Wires, right? These are the things that they listed as being on the ship. And as I said, those are just the things that you can just find floating about. But if you go up to here, look, where it says hold to extract, you can do that. And I definitely wouldn't recommend doing that, by the way, while this is attached to the wall. Well, not while the power's on. You can come a bit of a cropper doing that. Have we got a working atmo regulator? Oh, crap. Okay, we've got pressure in here, pressure in there. Now, it used to be when BBI started messing about with the atmo regulators and making sure that the atmo regulators at higher ranks just didn't work ever once you get past a certain level. If you could find, between the sort of bottom level and there, if you could find one working atmo regulator, what you could do, usually, was to melt through the doors, right? So I could cut through the cockpit doors and then use this atmospheric regulator, and it would purge the entire ship. But what they did when they updated for release, and I don't know if they've patched it, actually. I don't know if they've fixed this, because I haven't tried it since. But what they did when they patched it for release was that they made it so that once you melt through the door, in other words, compromising the bulkhead, compromising the airtight bulkhead, so once you cut through the door to make sure that the entire ship's exposed, it disabled the atmo regulator. So although this atmo regulator works fine, see, at the moment, it will work fine. I found when they went to main release that if you cut through the door, all of a sudden it wouldn't work. So you can't do that anymore. So you got to purge the atmo in here.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Hope that there's nothing in the cockpit. There we go. Oh, no, that's okay. It purged both areas now. So they fixed at least part of that. Because a lot of the time, what would happen then is that would automatically close. Right? Sealing the cockpit off. And because you couldn't cut the doors through the doors before you did that, or the atmo regulator wouldn't work, what that would leave you with is a bit of a problem. If there was anything floating around in the cockpit that was, going to give you any real grief. But for the most part, you're fine. You got an atmo regulator in there.
Alright, Cutter. You got 5 minutes left in this ship before they turn the lights out on you.
Thank you very much, Weaver. Alright. Oh look, credit drive. Rod. Crap. There we go. No real issues. I'm getting a little bit of something telling me that that caused a problem somewhere. There's probably nothing major. Probably nothing too major. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Look, so here we have an ECU, heatsink, so you can, well, they've now changed the name of that to thermal spreaders, and you can extract ion coils from out of those, for example. We are going to need some of those shortly for our little armadillo. Check for that coolant tank. We released the atmo and the whole thing. We did, didn't we? Yeah. Yes, we were good. Dumbass. That's me. Coolant canisters. There's the reactor. Only a class 1, so we're not terribly worried about that. Don't know why I suddenly decided to stinger that instead of split saw it. Just make sure, as I've said many times before, split saw is always a good way to do things fast. And if you've got it clear like that, and you know what you're cutting against, it's no problem. It's a fast and easy way to go through them all. You'll see, when we get up to the bigger ships with the geckos, it's one of the reasons that I really like the my favourite ship as the heavy industrial cargo gecko is because, it's a big empty space. And I don't know why. I just like the way they come apart. The heavy industrial cargo gecko, the whole thing really just peels like an onion. There isn't anything about it that is terribly awkward, but you know, you can still make a lot of mistakes and make some really, really big problems for yourself. But as a rule, the only problem in one of those is going to be you. User error. Okay. There we go. Crap. Didn't mean to daisy chain that. I didn't mean to do that. My oxygen reserves are low.
Regular gentle exercise. Deposit accepted.
There we go. Those level 1 reactors really... Once you've done a couple of those, they shouldn't cause you any problems at all. There's no real reason ever that should cause an issue. Should have cut the buckles on that thing.
Shift's almost done in the middle cutter. 1 minute left.
Thank you, Weaver. I should say thanks, Chief. The reason I'm not bothering to replenish my O2 is because there's less than a minute of this shift left. It is totally pointless. It'll probably drag me back in before I even get a chance to asphyxiate, but just to be on the safe side, let's go back in before it has a chance to do that, shall we? Because any second now, I'm going to start going... Yeah, there you go. Just in time. There we go. Okay. Okie doke. Check the equipment. Answer any calls that might come in. I keep forgetting, because Hal's been so quiet for such a long period of time, I keep forgetting we're still doing the story.
Permitted in the salvage yard are processor and potassium trifluoromethane sulfonate.
I don't think we got anything that we could use on this because we only need that one. Yeah, we need the distributor. We need a distributor. Again, you don't need to repair these at like 90%. There's absolutely no need. It's just me that does that. Don't worry about why. It's just my mental brain. It's absolutely not necessary. Alright, hold on to the Lynx tokens. We'll hold on to the Lynx tokens. Drinking anything good today? This is orange juice and lemonade. So, you know, it depends on your definition of good, I guess. Is it alcoholic? No. No, it is not. How you doing, Mordred, anyway? How has your week been? What was I thinking as well? Oh, I can't remember how many of these I've mentioned, but now I know that I know that I did talk to you about doing a lot of Saints Row when that comes out. That is my hope, but it does look as though our house move is going to probably fall right about when... I mean, we don't know because we haven't got a completion date yet, but it does look like it's going to fall probably about when Saints Row releases during that couple of weeks. And everything's going to be a bit mental. But anyway, you know, there's a few weeks until we get to that point. I think we're probably going to play some Chivalry 2. We might have some Sea of Thieves when... we might have some Sea of Thieves when because there's a new story coming out this next week. And then, of course, at the end of July, there is finally, after 4 years, they're bringing ship captaincy into Sea of Thieves. But, of course, I've also got to finish playing Far Changing Tides. So what I'm going to do with that, because it's been so long since we did that, because that was the old house, been so long since we did that, I'm going to go right back and I'm going to start Far Changing Tides. It'll probably take me like two streams to do it. So there might be some weeks coming up when I do more than one stream, like I'll do a Tuesday and a Wednesday, or a Monday and Tuesday, or something like that, whatever. And I might even add, you know, extra day here or there to do some multiplayer stuff with the guys. But we'll see what's coming up. But the other thing is, of course, Space Crew. I do want to get back to Space Crew at some point, because we always have a lot of fun in the chat when we're doing Space Crew ones. 17 tethers. Let's top that up.
Beetle crunch. What? No, a dongbooty of some kind. Chicken, if I was rich. You know what? A gooey cricket piece.
Kai, what are you on about?
Drifted off again there, Kai?
Oh. Oops. Hey, Weaver.
Your finger's on the button, Kai.
No need to apologize.
Let go of the button.
It's sorely hurting up here. Trust you me, I know. Didn't realize how good I had it back when I was clam fishing Earthside. Kill for a clam stew right about now.
You used to fish for clams? I remember reading about clams. Never got to try some, though.
Yeah, the work was mighty arduous for sure. But a warm bowl of clam stew was a nice break from the usual grub I was brought up on. Maybe one day we can all grab a bowl together.
Clam stew? Oh, I love that. Thanks, Weaver.
You,
Well.
you know.
Rather you than me, Kai, but, you know, to each their own.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Okay. Okay, I think we're good. No, we're not. Whoopsie. That's still attached. No point taking that out. Quite often, I don't think this is still the case now, but quite often on the old big geckos, some of the little things that would happen, little tiny bugs that you get, is that if you couldn't figure out what one of the large plates was attached to, if it had, for example, a heatsink, or what they now call thermal spreaders, attached to it, right? Quite often, if you release that, then the panel would come away, but that's not the case on this. That's a big-ass panel right there. Oh, look. New poster. New poster. I probably don't want to cut these yet. Oh, that's an air filter, so we can... So, be wary of this, by the way, when you get to the interiors. When you get to the inner hulls, be wary of slinging it all in without actually looking what's there first. Because sometimes you'll have things like, you'll have an air filter, which wants sending down to the barge, which is worth a lot more than...
Salvage deposit registered. Account credit.
There we go. And then we can take those thruster sides in. So that one should be loose. Yep. And there it is. My week has been good, just a bit warm outside this week. Yeah.
Salvage secured.
You too, buddy.
Credits
You too. These lights used to be worth nothing. I don't usually bother removing them, as you know.
Object processed. Transferring
Out
credit.
of the way. Pull that to the side. Stick one of those there. And there. Nope. Oh, come on, baby. Throw one up to the jack if you're a bit concerned about it getting hung up on that side. Because these things really, really can do sometimes, as you've seen. If they get stuck, sometimes all the tethers in the world are not going to break them free. But, oops. Just wanging something like a piece of panel or something at them might do. A lot more tethers than I like to use for that, but there you go. This is done. Whoosh. There we go. Give that a bit of a crack. What we got on the clock? 10 minutes.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oops. I don't know where I was going with that. Again, look, food packets and bottles. You don't need to do this. It's just for your stickers. It's for bragging rights. And again, it used to be for much greater bragging rights than it is now. But now it's only 15 of them you need, so... Well, you need to do that, what? Twice or 3 times to get a... What do we call it one? To get a holographic sticker.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Do we have...
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Oh, it's fuel. That's right. So, like here, look, you've got air filters. Make sure you don't throw those away with the rest of the hull. Just burn this away. There's another one there, look. These are easy to miss, because quite often they look like... or are very, very similar to some of the aluminium panels that you find on the interior of a lot of the smaller ships. But they're worth quite a lot. 80-odd thousand credits, so... let's take one of those fuels before we just... There we go! Right. Now then. Send that down to a barge. Take the roof off this joint.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
So no radiation filters in this. No radiation filters. Class 1 reactor. Another thing, as I've said before, that you want to be careful with, especially around stuff like seats and soft packaging panels, packaging boxes, excuse me, is when you're aiming a stinger, it's all right doing this, right? But you've got to be aware that you're holding your stinger out here. So try to be mindful of what that beam's going to pass through. You know, sounds like common sense, but you'd be surprised.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Okay. See, like with this, I'm just going to burn away that thing there, because it's just not even worth your time. And then throw that down as one. Saves you just taking them all off one at a time.
Credits transferred. Salvage registered.
Now, you see what I'm doing here? Like, for example, as I was saying before, you get onto a big Gecko station hopper, right? And you're inside, and like these seats and computer panels, and there are just dozens and dozens of them. Like, there's just a ton. So taking them out like this, even if all you've got to do is this that I'm doing, taking it out to the side and down, which you don't on a station hopper like that, there's a lot more to it than that.
Salvage secured.
Right? But the best thing is to just burn out the floor and just blast them all through the bottom when you've released them. We don't have to do that with this because we've got plenty of time.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
What have we got? Yeah, 5 minutes left. That's tons. That's way more than we need.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
You see here, like this, that's an aluminium panel with, and but it too has got one of these little surrounds, see? But it's not really worth anything, and it goes to the same place as the rest of the hull, the rest of the interior hull. So there's no point.
Shift clock says 5 minutes left. You know.
Oh, repair kit.
Weaver out.
There's no point,
Credit to account.
you know, separating that. But that's my point. It looks a little bit similar. If you're not terribly careful what you're doing, you notice it does look a little bit similar to the air filters.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
All right, I think we're good. Bum, bum, bum. I get a bit clattered. This is where I usually realise that I've left an airlock console on there or something. Not the end of the world, but, you know, they're worth quite a bit these days. There we go. That'll push us over 5 and we're done. I'll just have a quick scan around in a second to make sure I haven't left anything anywhere.
Material deposited. Account credit applied.
Whoosh. There we go. Salvage goal 5 reached. Yeah. Look, I missed the barge with that communications array, look. Thought I saw that earlier. Think I might have gone too far out for me to reach with the grapple. Oh no. We're good. This was the communications array I cut off earlier, but then I missed the barge with it, so... Oh crap, that's gone underneath it now. There we go.
Salvage accepted.
Oh crap.
Credit applied.
Look what I did. Look what happened there. That's a massive pain. Because that's actually worth quite a bit. And I'm running out of O2. See? You'd be amazed how often you've missed something like that. Oh, for God's sake. I don't really want to replenish my O2, but I think I'm going to have to in order to get this into there. Yep. Stupid SK.
Processor deposit accepted.
Oh, wait, we might not be, we might have to. Come on, baby, come on. Come on, get in. Okay, we're done. It's in. Got that a bit fine, but it's all done. Yeah, we got that a wee bit fine, but it's done now. There we go. And we're up to rank 13, so we're good.
License.
License upgraded. Oh, here we go. What's kicking off now?
You have 1.
We're at 13, so
Waiting.
actually might be... Oh, this might be a bad call. We'll see. It might be from Hal. No, it's from Lou. That's cool.
You hitting your salvage quotas and actualizing your potential? I know I'm snarky about the corporate stuff. Can't help it, really. I think I'm missing the gene that makes folks just accept things when they could be better. I know the fight isn't for everyone, but I grew up with it. I spent more time shaking off station security than playing with friends. Maybe it's naive to think the world should be better, but I don't mind. I'd rather be hopeful than jaded. Oh, Weaver's buzzing me. Catch you later, Rook. Blue out.
Fade to black. If you're not, if you weren't playing Shipbreaker in early access,
Lynx would like to share the following
it might be hard to believe, but Lou is actually less annoying, far less annoying now than she used to be.
Profitability.
I do miss original Weaver though. Yep, no, we haven't got anything for that, have we? So we have to see if we can firstly remember what the damn thing was supposed to be. Right, we should have enough LT now. Yeah, by miles to get demo charges. Okay. Oh, there we go. Hal and Weaver chatting away in complete silence to each other. To me, actually. Patching through the operational manual. Yeah, that's basically... So, in case you missed that going away at the bottom there, because it wasn't audible, Hal's basically saying, oh, look, you picked up the license for the demo charge. That's fine. Get using them. And Weaver's trying to go, right, we need some training. And Hal's going, no, you don't. Just throw them down and light them up. That's not a good idea, especially until you get a couple of these little upgrades, because they'll spark through walls and they'll set fire to fuel tanks and stuff like that if you don't watch what you're doing. Trust me. I don't really want... No, all right, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. That's fine. Right, now... No, see, what I really want is the strength upgrade and the utility grapple. There's no more... Oh, there is another upgrade for the O2 now, at rank 13. Oh, there's the Atmo one, which would probably enable me to get through an entire shift. I was going into a pressurized ship, just those few seconds inside, I guess, which we could get, but... You know, maybe not. I don't know. Right, let's improve the heat capacity of that. And then, we'll pick ourselves a new ship. Let's pick up a new ship. Yeah, it was one of the cargo haulers that I was doing before, if you recall, that went all freaky. There's none of these with a loose distributor floating about. Tug. Which doesn't have much of anything. No, not the Exo Lab. No. Nothing interesting. So I'm going to try to pick things that are going to punch me up through the levels a little bit. So let's tackle this javelin. Let's do this javelin, because that's going to give me 57 mastery points for every one of those levels, which I know also the tug will do, but the javelins, I can't be dealing with. I don't feel like dealing with 4 Atlas thrusters at the moment. I'm not in that mood. But I want to be getting to the levels where we're dealing with the geckos, because that's when they're like my favourite ships to deal with, really.
Dee, I always meant to ask. Did you like living in New Manila? Is it like similar to living on Earth?
Dee's not in a happy place.
How about the weather? Or like, I guess it's artificial mostly, right?
Let's stick a couple of demo charges on. I'm going to do this before I cut through the other parts of the rings. It just because demo charges can sometimes, if you're not careful where you put them.
Yeah, Sorry, Dee Dee.
It's alright, kiddo. Not much of a talker over here.
They can...
A few beers, eh?
sorry, I'm watching this. They can throw things about a bit.
Now,
They can make things behave a little bit unpredictably. And if you cut these before...
ready? Give that trigger a squeeze.
I've done it already, Weaver. Can't keep up, will you, buddy?
And lift off. See, Cutter? That's how it's done.
Keep up, man. Come on. Okay. Right, send that straight down to the barge. Now, with these short ones, what you can sometimes do is just pull that over the top, right? With the long ones, it's a bit more difficult because the long ones will go right up to the master jack. And you've just got to be a bit steady with it, I guess. There we go. That'll sort itself out now. Right. Let's go and get rid of these goddamn fuel pods before they create any grief for us. Again, with these fuel pods, just watch. I mean, these aren't too bad because they're tiny, so they'll kind of hide behind there anyway, and you don't have too much of a problem. And the central one you shouldn't have any problem with anyway. But when you get the ones that sort of hang over the edge, just be careful when you put in your split saw. If you if you placed it there, the split saw would go beyond there and quite often cut through the fuel pod. So if you just move it in a bit, you don't usually have that. Shouldn't have that problem.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
But again, it is quite. You'd be surprised. The more you play this game, you'd be surprised how easy it is to just get a bit sloppy. Because, like any job, I guess, well, that's what it is, really. But like any job that you get used to, you know, after a while, you just get kind of... Occasionally, carelessness creeps in. Well, does if you're me, anyway. Bunk, bunk, bunk. Oh shit, that was an empty one. Crap. So was that. Balls! That's what you get for not watching what you're doing. That is what you get, innit? I'm used to doing the big ones. Make sure that doesn't clatter the edge. Yeah, they're not that heavy, these. Not like the big orange ones, they don't really need blasting away anyway. But there we go, I've lost those. Oh no, there's one. They're going to be a nasty surprise for someone going through the railgate. Oops. See how that ion ring didn't quite clean up as nicely as I wanted it to. Did we get the other one, or has that really gone into space somewhere? Oh, no idea. Okay.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Another empty one. Okay. Pressurized compartments. Okay. Right. Now, see here, we've got another cut point, grade 3, that needs a demo charge to cut through, right? Hey, Vlad! Razor! I couldn't find a loose distributor on my playthrough, I had to pull it. Yeah, I know, I'm just trying to find a ship that's likely to have one on. This one might, but I kind of doubt it. So, on these, with these... excuse me, with your demo charges... on these level 3 cut points. Since I've only just got, on this playthrough, I've only just got the cut through, the demo charge license, which is why this irritating goddamn manual is still there on screen. Drives me nuts. Since I've only just got the license, you're early on with your demo charges, and until you upgrade the self-cleanup, quite often they're more likely to sort of spark through bulkheads and things like that, and ignite fuel lines, which I can tell you there will be on the other side of there, because there's the reactor. Okay. So I'm not going to disconnect those just yet. That's weird. We've got... Really? Okay. That's kind of strange, but... That's kind of strange, but what are you going to do? Right, okay. Let's just open the door and hope nothing goes wrong. There you go. Nothing major. It's quite clean. In the bigger ships, certainly later on, you'll get a lot of debris and crap floating around. Right, so here now is a Javelin with a vertically fitted Class 2 reactor. But again, it's not going to be a lot of problem. Once you take off the rings and you remove as much of that clutter as you can, I mean, you know. And if you disconnect from the ECU, it really does give you quite a bit of time before meltdown. But one of the things that you'll get is when as it starts to melt down, the reactor will arc. And that can, again, it can arc through bulkheads. It will basically just blast into confetti any bulkhead that it touches. And anything that's on the other side of it, like a fuel line, might ignite, or a fuel canister. But it's not usually a problem with these. I quite often don't even bother disconnecting the ECU before I do all of that. Let's turn that off before I accidentally disconnect the power. Wouldn't be the first time. I've done that before. I've left disconnecting the thruster till I've accidentally turned off the power. Then I can't disconnect it. I know that's not what happened with that last one we were doing. Oh crap. Trying to get that out of the way of that thing. Clang. Right, I'm gonna take these off because I'm going to need to move this ring out of the way. Which is going to be a bit of a problem. We've got two big long prongs sticking out the back. But again, with the reactor and the fuel lines and the coolant lines being on the other side of that wall, I don't want to risk using a demo charge this early on because my demo charges are feeble and crap at this stage.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Watch that fuel pipe. Oh, there's nothing. Shouldn't be anything in it now, but all the same, just watch yourself. Right, now we shouldn't really need. Well, I guess. No, it's attached to the bulkhead, so you're good. I do like that they've done this now, so that you can quite often get that to just incinerate. Although that was a bit close to the coolant line, so let's not do that this time. Okay. I don't need to pull that thing out yet. I'll leave that for a bit. Let's just get rid of this reactor. Boom. Oopsie. And that's me dead.
Biotelemetry readings flatlining. Please power cycle your sensor array.
So, for those of you who are not Shipbreaker players or are quite early on and don't understand what happened there, shoink!
All right.
Breathe.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Got yourself good there.
It's not my first time.
Happens to the best of us. Always good to review your spare replacement form. See how you can avoid future mishaps. Too many spares will rack up the debt.
Shut up.
That's how they get you. Okay, let's get back to work.
We were out. Right, so if you're not sure what happened there, see, I was blasting this away, right? So when you hold that, you see it's got an outline of blue. I was blasting that away from the thing, and that's no problem. Look, I can do it. no worries. But what I did was, in my haste, I accidentally grappled the bay through the little gap instead of this piece of nanocarbon. I accidentally grappled through the hole and onto the bay, right? And then used the charge push. And of course, the bay is not going to move. So I moved instead, and that's what happened there. So you've still got to be, you know, even when everything seems easy and straightforward, you've still got to be a little bit careful of stuff like that. See, that time I pushed away a panel that isn't separated for some reason. It should be. I don't know why that didn't move. That's not that heavy. Oh, it is. Why is it so heavy? Okay, no problem.
That's 5 minutes left on the clock, Cutter.
Yes.
5 minutes remaining.
Yes. Thank you, Weaver. Oh, yeah, it's because it's got these damn things on it still. Dumbass. Right, now I am actually going to apply... I'm going to put these demo charges on while that's moving. Because once it's clear of that reactor...
Now, just make sure to clear the area before detonating.
Oh, shut up. Right, so once it's clear of that... we're good. See, the early ones, when you first start using them, they're quite messy. So until you've got some of those self-cleanup upgrades, it's probably not a good idea to do that when you don't know what's on the other side of the wall, or when you do know what's on the other side of the wall and it's not something that you want to have a nasty surprise with. Okay, try and cut through the little loop that's closest to the reactor housing there. That way you lose the least amount of money possible. Pull the pipe out so it's not in your way. Right. Now, same as before. You know, there's nothing really obstructing you, and it's not like, to be honest, you're not like you're going to run out of time. If you're worried about it melting down too fast, you can go and pull out the ECU, but frankly, the time that you'll lose, pull out the canisters from the ECU, but the time that you will lose moving from there on geckos is quite a lot easier. Now, you know, if that wasn't attached to the other side of this bulkhead here, ordinarily, I would just go and I'd pull these out, right? Or I'd pull the whole thing out as one unit. But if I melt that bulkhead, that will separate this coolant line, and it'll go into meltdown anyway. On the bigger geckos, that's not a problem, because it's usually on a bulk. There's usually a bulkhead somewhere that you can melt out so you can get out much more quickly. But as I said, there's not really any reason. It's not going to melt down before it hits the barge. No chance. See? Straightforward. It just started arcing as it got to the bottom. But there's, you know, no need to be too panicky about it. Now you can go in, pull the door off the ECU, take these out. And then salvage the ECU in your own time. Right? Not a big problem. Now, you should be able to cut through this corner loop. Well, I guess we cut the bend. That's fine. And because the pipe...
Cutter, your equipment durability is dropping.
Oh, there you go, look.
Keep an eye on it.
So that's what happens if you don't...
Dangling in the wind with busted tools. When you see it happening, head on back to the hab, use a repair kit to fix them up.
That's what happens when you don't fix up your tools like I keep doing. But I do it kind of obsessively, so there's no need for that. Okay. Let's carry on.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Was that the grapple that I got that warning for, or was it the cutter? Must have been the grapple. Gotta head out. All right, Gigs. No problem, buddy. Good to see you. I hope you are well. Thank you for dropping by.
Wind it down, Cutter. Dig?
Always appreciated. Boom.
Deposit accepted for prompt.
Shake the room. Well, that looks loose.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Yeah. It's too heavy. Too heavy. That's still attached to something? Don't think so. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. No, it's fine. Three, two, one. Bah. Done. Night space sleep breaker. I like GW Shipbreaker. I like that. My sleep is even worse than usual at the moment. I know they don't call me Sleepless Night for nothing. I'm not renowned for getting a lot of sleep, am I? But it's much worse than usual at the moment.
Hello, Shipbreaker.
No one know.
You have one incoming transmission waiting.
This might be Hal. I think it's either this level or the next level.
Hey,
No,
are you all around?
it's Lou again.
Seriously, what is with this guy? I honestly can't tell if he's a sociopath or just incompetent.
He's like extremely intimidating.
Really?
Should we reach out for some support?
What kind of support you thinking?
Like technical support?
No, Ty, the union.
I get why you think you want that, kid, but you don't. Trust me.
You're talking about bringing the union stuff here?
Let me handle it, folks. Please.
Weaver, no disrespect. But this is becoming bigger than just our crew. The union might help us report this as an official complaint. Maybe mediate a discussion.
Wait. I'm gonna take care of y'all. Same as I always have, okay? And just go on and get them 40 wings, alright? Y'all take care.
Begin to play. It's either level. There's 13 or 14. I can't remember.
Good morning, Cutter. It's time to
Is the end of Act 2. So not yet. Reach a loss of 20 meters per second. Yeah, that'll be when I blasted myself backwards and killed myself. Oops. Oops is the word you're looking for. Alright, let's repair that equipment that's broke. There you go, look. Well, that's getting close. This is one of the reasons that I'm obsessive about repairing stuff, even when it's only down to like 92%. The reason is because like repair kits are early on you find them all over the place, and later like they're quite cheap anyway, so it's not, you know, it's not a major deal to just buy them anyway and just buy a load all at once, which I shall try to remember to do when we go outside. But it's because sometimes I forget to check my equipment between shifts, and that's when it breaks. But, you know, again, that's not really a major issue. Right, there we go. Let's increase the strength of that grapple. That'll help a little. Breaking... No, I've got 10 Lynx tokens left now anyway. All right. Start shifting it. So I think once we're going up to rank 14, I think that marks the end of Act 2. I'm pretty sure it marks the end of Act 2, so there'll be a... So we'll do that today. We'll finish that off before I disappear.
Hey, Kai, you're up here to help your family, right?
Yeah, for my fam. You can buy citizenship in Pacifica, but it costs a ton. Yeah.
There we go. Bunch of repair kits.
My Sobo,
No!
Marlena, and myself. Well, it should actually be 6.
All right.
I'll few years ago. She's the one who should be here. She applied, even got accepted, but then she got sick. Real sick. And yeah, non-citizens can't get care, so here I am.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I didn't know about your sister.
It's okay. You actually remind me a lot of her, Lou.
Right. This is one of those instances where melting out the wall is just the easiest and quickest solution.
Thanks, Lou.
But watch the temperature on your cutter. There we go. So with the wall gone, this thing should float free now. Yep, there you go.
Please revisit your training.
I know the helmet lady is complaining now, but she complains a lot. You know, you get used to it. Right, there we go. So that's that section out. And we want to get the ECU out, and ordinarily I would melt out a panel to do that, but that is an air filter, so we don't need to, because that needs to come out separately anyway. And go down to the barge. See? She's talking about salvage destroyed. No, there you go. See, it wasn't that. She's talking about salvage destroyed, me salvaging. All I did was got through the cut point. Crazy lady. Woman's insane, I tell you. Insane.
Deposited. Applying credit to account.
Whoosh.
Valuable object accepted for
Don't
processing.
forget your airlock panels and your door airlock consoles and door consoles, because they're worth quite a bit.
Credit.
Is it possible to max out all the upgrades? Oh yeah, easily. Like long before.
Salvage deposit registered.
Yeah, yeah, quite easily is the answer to that. Yeah. You'll almost certainly max out all your upgrades probably before you reach level 30, I would say. Before you reach the maximum level. I've gotten, like, you know, because they've reset the game
Deposit secured.
several times. Of course, I've done this all several times, so... the max level used to be 10, but everything about the game was different then, so... You know... It's all kind of weird, but yeah, yes is the answer. Quite easy to max out all your upgrades. I haven't left any console on that. Have I? Yep, there's one. Oh no, shit! Catch it! Come on! Ooh, woo!
Salvage deposit accepted.
I don't need to mess about doing that, just use a tether. Right. Now, let's go and deal with the other half of this damn thing. Okay, what's pressurized compartment through there? Everything except the tiny little airlock that I'm going into now. Okay. Power generator on the other side of that wall.
Airlock depressurizing.
Okay, that's weird. That was weird. That was pressurized. Why didn't that airlock close? Oh, no. Data drive. Oh, circuit. And a piston. No waste disposals or anything in here, though, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, not. That's a pain in the arse. Okay. off. Oh crap, I shouldn't have done that before I did this. It's going to blast all this crap all over the place now. Whoops. Alright, that was relatively pain-free. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's another rod there. Whee! Oh, was that into the cock? Oh, let me go and sort that out before I do anything else. I'm going to sort out the cockpit before I get carried away. Oh, look, I'm upside down. Whee! Have to be a little bit careful in these spaces. Oh, for God's sake. Hello? Hey, look at that! We've been... So, here we go. Folks who don't play this game regularly or haven't been playing for very long, this is what I was talking about last week and earlier on in the evening. We have been, unbeknownst to us, you know when I released all the air out of the compartment between the bulkheads just now, right? And even once the air had gone, I released and then sort of skedaddled to the floor. I thought that was because there was still some air leaking through. It wasn't. It wasn't me that fell. It was the ship that turned. So we have been a victim of Shipbreaker's crazy physics. Look, releasing that bit of air from that compartment, for some reason, has skedaddled this ship all over the place. The rest of it didn't, but that bit has. So these are some of the problems that you will sometimes encounter with this game. When they do, you know, they'll fix it, but until they do, like I said, every time there's an update that introduces new content, it will introduce a problem, right? Then they'll release a patch to eradicate that problem. The problem is that the patches that eradicate that problem almost always introduce crazy physics problems like that one. Then later on they'll release a patch that gets rid of that and we're all good again. Then they'll release an update that has new content in it and we start the circle all over again, the cycle all over again. So that's, you know, just one of the things that happens with Shipbreaker. It is a bit of a pain when it happens. Look at that. So now this makes everything a little bit more difficult, of course. This is just a massive pain in the ass now. Because now nothing's in the right place. Up is down, down is up. Look, that panel's stuck against the fucking wall. Crap! Oh well. Oh look, what's that? A fuse. I'm going to loosen these, but I'm going to leave them there for now. I'm going to cut off that. Just cut the buckles for the cockpit front panel. And that can go straight in the furnace. Boink. So yeah, this crazy physics problems, they do fix them. They'll fix it. It's no problem. But until they do, you know, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass.
Raw material deposited.
But never mind. Okay, let's start taking apart the skin and figure a way out of here. God, see, coming out of here now, I've got to go Right, where the hell am I? Ugh.
You got 5 minutes remaining in your shift, Cutter.
Thank you, Weaver.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, if that's loose from that side, I think that's all. Oh, see? You don't know where to tether everything to now either. Let's pull that over there if we can. See what happens. Alright, that's okay. That's okay. Yep, good. Right, that's fine. Alright, let me just clean that up. Oh, crap. No reason that should get hung up on the furnace. Okay. Go back in. No. Cut the ass end off. See, normally I'd go down and do all these and then sort out where I was going to send them, but it's not playing the game since it went all wacko, so we'll just have to do it slightly differently than I would normally. Okay.
Salvage goal met. Rewards will be paid.
I should damn well hope so, lady.
Your oxygen reserve.
Damn well hope so. Yes.
Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to this equipment.
There we go. Okay, I don't think there's likely to be any O2 in there, so...
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Warning. Oxygen reserves are critical.
Alright, I better get back to the hab before I die. Which I am cutting a little bit fine. No, come on, baby. I'm not gonna bother buying more O2. I'll just go inside. There we go. Right. There we go. So it's still possible to finish off the ship. It's just, it makes it a little bit, it's a little bit disorienting. Because you get used to the, like in many games with zero-G, you get used to the zero-G environment quite quickly, and that's not a problem. But then when it flings the ship to the other end, then not only is everything sort of arse about face and upside down and inside out, but sometimes what it will do, especially with the big ships with the really, really heavier panels, if it puts those too close to the furnace, it can make it really difficult sometimes. In this case, it's not too bad because it's tipped it that way instead of side on so that the panels have come out near the furnace. But when the ships with the heavy panels, if you get a ship that does that and it's gone the other way near the furnace, it can be difficult to get those heavy panels out without them being sucked in by the furnace, and then you've lost a bunch of value. But don't worry about it. That's not the case here. It's just a little bit disorienting, that's all.
Good morning, Cutter.
Oh dear.
52. All the team at Lynx would like to wish you a happy
Sure they would. Thanks. $81. Right, we'll hang on to those Lynx tokens to get that last O2 upgrade. Beep. Beep, beep, beep. Right. Let's sort out the tethers and the fuel.
Hazards restored.
Play go where I wanted it to. Yep. Yes, everything's hunky dory. Everything's just fine. Right. Sort itself out. Right, let's pull these fuses. I don't have anything else I need the power for, do I? Nope. Right, let's pull the fuses. Let's pull the fuses. Whee. 1. Oh, oh, oh. 2. Oh, oh, oh. Third one, have to be a little bit more careful. Now it's getting quite quick. Doop, 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 doop. There we go. Fuses collected. Right. Let's cut the rest of this away. Whee! Right. I think we're good. I think we're good. Right. Let's get rid of that thing first. Boosh.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Should be fine. Oh, that's the cockpit and everything on there, isn't it? What a pain in the arse.
Salvage secured. Account applied.
Oh, whoops. Oh, no, 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 you can't have that. It's mine. Whoopsie daisy.
Salvage accepted.
That's worth about 20 pence, that damn ladder, but it gets it out of my way and stops anything getting hooked up on it.
Valuable object accepted.
Okay. Clear some of this rammel. Whoosh. Crap. Actually, I don't normally bother cutting that away when it's like that, but I'm gonna, just to make it easier to get everything out. No, you don't.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Object processed. Transferring credits. Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
I think we got all of those.
Applying credit to account.
I think we've got all of them. Okay. Melt this wall. Ooh. Whoa!
Salvage destroyed.
Holy shit, I didn't like that.
From damaging salvage.
Nope. Where'd the other one of those go? What's there? Yeah, so
Salvage
one of the things is, like I said with this crazy physics, usually that happens when the player's behaving, not always, sometimes it's perfectly normal stuff, like I was doing earlier, but sometimes that happens when the players behave in unpredictable ways. Unfortunately, when you're making a puzzle game, especially one that has like a weekly race, which encourages players to behave in unpredictable ways,
salvage accepted.
it's not always ideal when a player behaving in an unpredictable way will cause your game to wig out. SK seems to be playing around the furnace. It'd be a shame if he was pulled in. Hilarious shame. How you doing, Arlene? Here, have a norm. Definitely call you a regular by this point. How you doing, my friend? Everything good? There we go. Right. So, you know, that's been a bit awkward, but it is what it is. It's just a pain. There used to be, you know when you did this, there used to be like a little computer here. I wonder if it's still possible to cut that out separately.
Processor deposit accepted.
Yeah, there used to be. No, now it's just scrap. But there used to be a little computer on there, and you could cut it away and salvage it. It was really weird, but oopsie. Didn't realise it actually melted through that. Never mind. No, I've already died once today, Arlene. You missed it. There's already been one death. I was grapple pushing a large panel to get it away from the ship, and it was a large panel with a hole where the thruster used to be. And as I was grapple pushing it all around to push it away, the last time I wasn't really concentrating and I aimed where the hole was, so accidentally I'd grappled the bay itself. So when I pushed it, of course you can't move the bay, so it just shot me backwards and I died. You just gotta be a little bit careful about these things.
Applying credit.
That's Mr. Peterson. Thank you. I'm doing well. Okay. Going. Right.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit.
Salvage goal 5 done. So we're good. We don't really need to sort the rest of it. I mean, I will do because I've still got 5 minutes on the clock, but you know. Whoosh. Boosh. Right, now that central bit goes into the furnace, but I cannot be bothered to salvage it separately from the rest of it because it would require, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it would require 8 demo charges. I'm not even sure if I have 8. Did I upgrade it to have 10? I'm not even sure if I had that many. And I'm not wasting all that time and money on demo charges just to separate this little bit of crap for the furnace. It's just, there's
5 minutes remaining in this ship.
absolutely no point to it.
We're out.
So I don't bother. It can, you know, I'll lose the money for this little bit of aluminium on the inside, but I'll gain the money for all that titanium on the outside, which will far outweigh any of that nonsense. It was pretty cool. So yeah, when it's stuff like that, like quite often if it's just a frame, like if it's just a lattice work frame of aluminium, it's not going to be worth I can't be bothered. It's not going to be worth my time using all the explosives in the world to separate it from the titanium components. I can't be bothered, lad. Now, do I remember there being a... Nope, I do not. Let's see if we can turn this around to better... Ugh. Now that it's light enough. Wow, yeah, that really wants to turn. Okay, there we go. Okay. Alright, right. Stay still. Stay still. You can stay still now. There you go. It's cool. Stay. 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 Don't move. Now I'll just melt this end off. There we go. Oh crap. Of course, the first thing I grab hold of wants to go in the furnace. That's typical.
Oxygen reserves.
I know. I just want to get this stuff out, alright? Can you just let me... Can I just do that? Okay.
Salvage secure. Account.
Whee! I don't think that's going in the processor anytime soon.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit transfer.
Oh no, we did it. It's cool.
Warning. Critical
I know.
handbook on how to maximize your blood oxygen saturation.
I know already. Will you give it a rep? I didn't leave anything there, did I? Yeah, bunch of stuff by the looks of it. Console. Come on, get in. I don't want to buy more oxygen.
Applying credit.
Oh dear. We're cutting it fine. Oh, there's been a few of those today. A few of those cutting it a bit fine moments. Right.
Lynx
Good morning.
A maximum of 8 hours of sleep. Any extra sleep time will be docked from the next pay cycle.
Yep. I know. You've told me many times. In fact, I wish I had money for every time you've told me that over the last 2 years. Although I guess it's not been 2 years because you only started saying that once the 3D hab came in. Right, I want... there, I want my O2 upgrade. There we go. Now we sorted that. I should probably get the object scanner, really. And the system scanner, but we'll leave that the way it is for the moment. Right, and I will select another ship and we'll go outside in just a moment, but a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Keep the dial right here. Oh, we're back. Okay, let's find us a ship. A new one. Not that one. Whoa, no. No. Especially not for oh, mind you, there's 7 stages of 43 mastery points, I guess. That is quite a lot. So was that 5 of 48? I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're not going to need a lot to push us to rank 14. Watching SK train his inanimate space debris to stay is cute. It's like me trying to coax my full coffee pot to pour properly. Clearly not operator error. Let's see what else we got. Oh, wait. We got a distributor aboard that tug. Oh, come on. I don't want to do a tug. I don't want to do a tug. Don't make me do a goddamn tug. Fine. I'll do a tug. Whatever. Fine. Right. Tivers.
Listen up, people.
Oh, God.
I'll tell you something I was told early in my career. You can
Yes, Hal.
make a mistake, but the mistake's still there, just covered up. The only way to truly fix a mistake is to not allow it to happen in the first place.
Wow.
You're taking that in. You can't truly fix a mistake, so let's just avoid them to begin with.
Yeah. Well, if your parents had actually listened to that, we'd probably be okay, wouldn't we?
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
No mistakes. one of my... I can't remember. It might have been HJ. I can't remember who it was. But I was playing with somebody the other day. It was HJ or Richard. Can't remember. And one of them said, try not to accidentally... I was just thinking about him with his mistakes speech there. Try not to accidentally do this. Which I have to point out that I pretty much always try not to do things accidentally. Oh, railgate. Boom. Sorry, I was cued into that by the little bit of interference in the headset. Railgate fired. Well, that's fair enough, Vlad. Go for it, buddy. I shall not stop you. Because I doubt that I can. Out you come, you stupid thing. Oh, for God's sake. That goes to the barge. What am I doing? There we go. Sending it to the wrong place. That... I can actually cut this piece off because that's all... It's not pressurized, so we're good. Hey, Spiff! Yeah. I'm a Norm. How you doing, my friend? Is everything good in Spiffland? Is it spiffing? Is it spifferific? No, I have not had more than my mandated amount of coffee today. Despite appearances. Oh, crap. What? Oh. I didn't cut all the way. See? There we go. Mistakes. Carelessness. There we go. Sorted. Diamond.
Transferring credit.
Ooh. Yoink.
Salvage registered. Account credited.
I'm heading off now for sleepy time. Night, bunny. Get your ship together. Okay. Night, bunny. Good to see you, buddy. Bunny, buddy. Hope to see you again. Sleep well. Be well. And any other well-wishing that we can do.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Oh, goddamn. Should have tethered these, really. Never mind. Where'd you go? Ah, there you go.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited. Well, that door's locked at that end. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
There we go.
Salvage deposited.
Got one of those. Whoa! Okay, I got a bit carried away with that one. You didn't see that. Wait, there it goes. And certainly the poor people at the railgate aren't going to see it coming. Hope that doesn't accidentally kill thousands of people. Had a be egg on my face.
Object processed. Transferring credit.
Whee! I don't know why I suddenly stopped pulling that and went towards it. It was a weird thing to do, but... in space, something. No one can understand your reasons for stuff. Not quite as catchy, is it? It's like, what do you want from me? I don't write taglines. Oops. Which is probably a good thing. I think we can agree.
Credits deposited.
Yoink. Did I? Nope. Nope. Sure didn't. Oh, Christ. Really? Seriously, SK? What are you playing at today?
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
In space, no one can hear you scream, but unfortunately, they can hear your stream. Fortunately. For who? Not them, I'm sure. A few mishaps with these before. Boom. Oh, come on.
Credits awarded.
There you go. See? There you go. Oh, crap. To the moon, everybody! Eee. I'm an environmental menace. And possibly a danger to people's lives. Fortunately, it's just a game. Or is it?
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Ow! Oh, yes, stupid. So, in case you were wondering, that's heavier than it looked. Yoink. Whee. Are you off, Vlad? Ta-ta! Thanks for dropping by, my friend. Good to see you as always.
Salvage secured.
See you next week, barring any, you know, illnesses or, well, hopefully, if you can make it next week, barring any illnesses or,
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
you know, more house moves. Alright, we're going to tether that, and then we're going to start cutting. And to hell with it.
Thruster systems breached.
Ooh.
Detecting elevated volatility.
Elevated volatility is correct. Looks pretty goddamn volatile to me. Boosh.
We got 5 minutes left till we call it a day.
Woo! Boom. Shake the room. Then we pull that up forward a bit. That's not really close enough to the thing to make that much difference. It should be okay, but... there. Put one more in there and then it'll overpower those two there. I know how it works. It's weird, but, you know. It works. Don't worry about it. Trust me. I'm a doctor. I don't know.
Processing valuable
I'm a chiropractor.
credit transfer.
They get their licenses on the back of Kellogg's cornflakes or something, don't they?
Thruster unstable. Fire hazard risk high.
Ooh. Didn't go as well as I... Uh-oh. Oh, I thought that was a bit of a wayward cut there. But no. Everything's fine. Ooh. Night, honey. Okie doke. Oh, that's weird. That'll make it a bit twisty. That'll make everything twisty. What are you doing? Don't you dare. No! That's what I get for cutting that loose before it was time. Oh, you are kidding me. Come on. Don't do it. Come on. There we go.
Valuable object. Credit awarded.
That's what happens when you get careless. Carry on, my wayward cut. You are gone, but we are not. Nice. Okie dokie.
Thruster fuel system unstable. Proceed with extreme caution.
Yeah, well, you know. You know what a cautious fellow I am. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, that's how cautious I am, yeah. Oh, yeah, cautious as all hell. Look at that. Whee. Oh, for Christ's sake, still didn't get that in the right place. Come on. There it is.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
When you've got more time to sort of sit and look at these, what I tend to do a lot of the time is pull the front forward and then pull the back in, because that stops it from getting hung up near the thing, but that just takes a lot of time sitting about watching it. It's just a pain in the arse, really, isn't it? Let's be honest. Oh, look, that one's done it as well. Oh, but the front end's in. That's okay, we're good, we're good. Oh, shit. That's not disconnected. 1 minute? Okay, I guess we're not doing the other thruster. No. No, in my luck, I get right to the back, to the shut-off point, and it'd go, eh, and the shift would end, and I'd go inside, and then I'd come out to an exploding vessel. So let's not do that. Yep, that's pressurized.
Airlock pressurizing.
Right. There, what is that? That is what I've been looking for. That's the thing. That's my baby. I want to use that up. Shit, that was stupid. There are fuel tanks in there. Oh, crap. When we come out on the next shift, those packages will be floating towards me. Right.
Upgraded.
So we're rank 14. Now, I'm pretty sure that rank 14 marks the end of Act 2. So something may happen now. I mean, it may not happen until after the next shift, but...
Good morning, Shipbreaker.
Morning.
Please enjoy the following inspirational message.
Okay, hit me with it.
This is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success.
Hmm.
If you love what you
How
do,
convenient.
you will be successful.
Sure thing. Radiation is now a thing. Hey! And we have the gecko station hopper. So we have the first of the geckos, but unfortunately we're not going to have time to do one of those today, so we'll start on those next week. Next week we begin the geckos. Oh no, here we go.
Let's have a chat. Hal, we agreed we wouldn't change anyone's workload without talking.
Did we? Oh, I think you might have suggested it at one point. But here's the thing. I'm looking at the reports, and this crew just still isn't quite hitting the target.
What are the targets?
Well, they're higher than this. So, we need to bump everyone up a level again.
Wait, we just did that. We just raised them.
Look, this team is good. You need to give good salvage to a good team. And for you, 52, that means you'll be moving on to... let's see here.
Radiation.
That's right. Nothing major. You're getting lots of it out there in space already. Let's go, team.
Cutter, radiation filters are no joke. Try your damnedest not to hit them hard, or they'll kick up a cloud of radiated particulate. Nasty stuff. Reacts badly to fire. I'll be here if you need me. Weaver out.
You see that Aaron Douglas, Aaron Douglas, Canadian Aaron Douglas, was not quite comfortable with that particulate. He didn't quite nail that, but quite often in voiceover, if you're trying to do an accent and you can't quite nail something, one of the ways you often get around it, because if you say it at a normal speed, like in the normal way that you would say it, the accent doesn't come out right, and too much of your own accent will filter through. So if you're trying to do something like that, one of the ways you end up getting around it, it's not a solution, but one of the ways you just end up doing it is pronouncing it in a really weird rhythm to help you hold on to the accent a little bit more. It's very strange, but I've done it myself many times. Let's see if there's anything good. Oh no. Joke Club. Did you hear about that new 3-star restaurant opened up on Mars? The food was amazing, but I docked it 2 stars for lack of atmosphere. If you like this joke, I didn't. There are a million more where this came from. Reply to this message to sign up for the Chris Williams Joke of the Day Club. Pennies a day, and laugh until your belly hurts. I'm good, Chris, thanks. I mean, you know, thanks. Gecko Station Hopper. Firmware add-on. Cross-spectrum scanner. Oh, right, yeah, that's why I bought that before in the last thing. What? Wait. What certification... What have we got coming up? Are we seriously not going to get to those until we hit level 9? Wait, what have we got? It might be 1 per level now. Can't remember. Tools, no ships. Salvage runner is at 17, which I hate. Stargazer is at 16, and a heavy cargo. So that Stargazer heavy cargo, the Gecko heavy cargo, is the next rank up, and that is my favorite ship to cut in this game. I love it. Oh, by the way, that little conversation with Hal was not what I was referring to when I said that something may happen. That wasn't what I expected. It's I can never remember what levels everything happens at, all the various things. We don't need that. We got plenty of O2 now to get us through a shift. No more Lynx tokens for anything interesting except repair improvements. So I guess we go out and finish this thing. And then maybe this time we'll see if we can do a really quick mackerel before wrapping things up. If there isn't, and we need another shift on this, then we'll just do that. But, you know. No sweat. Replenish tethers and fuel. Yoink. Oh, let's see. Look. All these things flying towards us. Where'd the others go? Or they just bounced off and flown off into space somewhere. Oh no, there they are. That's cool. We're good.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Right, let's go and do that last thruster before we do anything else, because otherwise I'll forget that needs doing. Yep, yoink. Oh dear. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, come on. No, 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 no. That's going to burst into flames any second. Ah, there we go. No! We got it. Boom! Whee! Alright. Now. Oops. Now we're free. Now we are free. Make sure that's pulled out of the way. There we go. Sorted. Well, it should be, anyway. Right. Now let's cut this apart and hope that, once again, it doesn't cause the whole thing to fly apart like leaves. Doesn't seem to have.
Applying credits to account.
Not going to make much difference anyway, because we can't get to the other side until we've cut those away, which I don't really want to do yet. Oh, no, you know what? To hell with it. Let's just sort it out. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. For more Bob Builder quotes, Bob the Builder quote, follow me on my Discord, which I can never actually remember the thing for. Oh, that's heavy. Wait. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Deposit accepted for processing.
Okay. Alright, that's cool. Now we can reach. We're good. Oh, man. I should have my weekly test of my Discord link button. No, still doesn't work because of damn Stream Deck doesn't like YouTube chat. Still, apparently. Boom.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Listening to Hal talk, all I can think of is the ship dealer from Privateer. You want to buy an Orion? I'm telling you, you want to buy an Orion. It's been quite a long time since I played that.
Credits transferred.
Okay. Move that out so we can actually get to those. There we go. We're good. Oh, come on. Really? Come on. Whee! There we go. It'll find its way. Okie doke.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred. Salvage gold.
Oh no, I need to cut away the... Okay. Let's just get this over with. These damn things are a pain in the ass. Other side top. Bottom. That's just that one. I think. Oopsie. That was dumb. Let's have a look and see what that does. Probably nothing. But we shall see. Yeah, Hal's an asshole. If you think he's an asshole now, you ain't seen nothing yet. What did I do with that one? Oh, I put the... Right, okay. Right, let's put those in there and then tie that
Processing valuable deposit. Credits
to
transferred.
there. That should do it, I think. Come on. There you go. I'll sort it. Okie doke. Let's try again. Okay.
Processing object. Applying credit.
Ooh, that. Come on. There you go. Yeah, that's working quite well. I like that. I like that. It's working all right. Well, we can grab it in time anyway. Ooh. Come on. There we go. It's good. It's all good. It's all good. We're good. We got it. We got it. What? What the hell? Why can I barely move? Okay. That's kind of weird, but whatever.
Airlock depressurizing.
There we go.
Processing valuable object.
Okay. Heat sink. There's the reactor. Filter, is that? Yes. Ow. Crap. And it. On that one. Let's take those. No, O2. Oh, we don't need it now, but let's remove that. Right, we need to get... oh, I need to get into the crawl space, otherwise... What is... Oh, it's the bunny. Bunny character D. Come with me, bunny character D. Crawl space, right. Okay. How do we get through there? That's a pain in the ass. Is that the only... Seriously? God's sake.
All right, Cutter. You got about 5 minutes to fill your boots. 5 minutes left.
Can you stop going on about filling my boots, please, Weaver? It does make me uncomfortable. There we go. I know it might be wonderful, lovely, friendly work terminology where you come from, but where I come from, it's just weird. To give you an example, where I come from, cock used to be a term of endearment. You alright, cock? I actually, unfortunately, although I haven't lived there for a long, long time, that does occasionally come out, and people are... You do get funny looks, because I haven't lived in that area for a long time, and it's very specific to certain parts of the UK. So anywhere else, they just kind of go, "What did you just call me?" These things don't translate well. The best places I learned that not everything translates as well as you'd like are when I was a tour guide. You know, and I, like, you know, I flatter myself, I'm sure, but, like, I was pretty good with the British guests, like, and for the most part with the American guests. They liked, you know, we had fun, we had a laugh, I told them great stories, you know, I was good at my job. But when you got other English speakers, or, you know, not native English speakers, but other guests who were given to you because they were able to speak English. So to save money on the various tour buses, those were given the option to sort of take a tour in English rather than their native language, which might have been Spanish or something. That was more often Spanish and Italian and sometimes Turkish. They could come along with me, and the humour and German actually was another one. Doesn't translate well. It's actually, you'd notice the differences in how you would tell stories as well. Like when I went in the Vasa Museum, because I'm a storyteller, that's just the kind of thing no matter what I do in my life, that's what comes out. And that was the kind of guide that I was. And I was a pretty popular tour guide with the tourists. They liked me. And we'd have a laugh. And I would tell stories a bit. So like when I would take them into the Vasa Museum, it's a fascinating place. You know, you walk inside the Vasa Museum in Stockholm, and what is in there is a completely intact, well, 95% intact, but believe me, when it's standing in front of you, you go, yeah, that's a whole ship, because it is. It's like, you know, odd bits. There's a mast that's been, like, that was added, because the masts, mainly the mast, because they snapped off. Ooh, no, that's going to the barge. What am I doing? Right, so there's little bits on the ship that had to be put back. But for the most part, what you're looking at in the Vasa Museum in Stockholm is an intact, when you go through the museum doors, an intact 17th century Swedish warship in the middle of the museum, right? So that's what you see. You go through the doors, and I loved it. I took people around the Royal Palace. I took people around Fotografiska, the photography museum there. Occasionally, I would take people into the City Hall, which is where the Nobel Prize banquet is held, and I would guide them around there. And I would do river tours and take them to all sorts of different parts of Stockholm. But the Vasa Museum was my favourite, because when we would go through the door, didn't matter how sort of blasé and sort of cool they were about everything else. They walked through the door of the Vasa Museum, and like at least half the group would go when they went in, because it's a huge, huge building, and towering above you is an intact 17th century warship. And it's gorgeous, right? But for the most part, and I had a bunch of stories about the Vasa warship, most of which I've forgotten now, because like my brain is apparently, if I don't use anything for 2 or 3 years, my brain goes, yep, well, we don't need that. Let's get rid of that. except when it comes to movie quotes, for some reason. But the stories were great, and most people like to hear the stories. But German groups, nope. German groups don't want to hear stories. What they want is measurements. How many meters? How many millimeters? How high is the mast? How long is the ship? We want measurements, and we want them now. And that was just one of those, just, you know, just weird quirks of little countries that my own country has millions of. Man, we got quirks coming up the asshole. Oh, are we going in? Oh, I see. We've got to come back out here again then, have we? Well, balls. Never mind. Yeah, we've got time for one more shift. One more, and we'll try and finish this ship up. And then next week we'll be on to the geckos. Big beasties. In terms of length, like, they're not really, like, the javelins are actually some of the longest ships in the game. So in terms of length, it's just the interior space in the geckos that's impressive. Because, like, most of the other ships in this game, you know, they're really, really large from the outside, and some of them look impressive. Some of them are really small, and, you know, you've got the Atlas engines, or you've got the javelins, but they've all got small interior compartments. But then you go inside the geckos, particularly in the space between the hulls, so in the crawl spaces, and they are enormous. They're like huge, great echoing. Apart from the salvage runner, which is a million tiny weeny compartments, and it's shit. I hate it. All right. We can do this now. Oh, we got a message. Thank you to our members who shared reports of administrator activities, giving us a better picture of the situation across the... Oh, right, that's a union thing about... that Lou, I guess, has complained about Hal.
I'm Shippy. Need help with the triple pot bypass? Let me know.
Wee, look, coming along now.
Your ship will be up.
Wee! Echoing gecko.
No complications.
You're right, Spiff.
Your ship quite
Spiff's in a bit of a playful mood today.
my prognosis.
I don't know what that was all about, by the way. That's just... I don't know. I don't know where these things come from. I mean... Don't ask me to explain myself, for goodness sake. Again, oh no, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Let's see what we can we afford anything good? We can afford a new push charge thing. Although tether amounts would be useful. Tether lifetimes would be useful. Oh, let's get that. Just let's get that, and then we're done with this. We're done with the scanner for a while. Right, okay, let's go back out and finish this ship. Since 15-minute shift, and that'll take me just a shade over my planned stream time. But hopefully we can polish it off in this shift now. 7 tethers, Christ.
I'm not feeling great today, guys. I'll be honest. I'm looking at the reports, and this operation can do so much better. When I look at all of you, I see some very talented, hard-working, and extremely capable bodies. The problem is your minds. You're getting in your own way, tripping up on your individual wants and needs. Embody the company mind. Think of yourself as a physical extension of Lynx Corporation.
No.
That's how we'll succeed.
No.
Tomorrow, everyone takes 5 before the start of the shift and really become part of the company, yeah?
No. Just piss off, Rhodes.
Deposit. Credits transferred.
Why is that okay. Is that not cut free? No, it is. Oh yeah, there we go. Ooh. There we go. Sorted. Right. Now we can pull the reactor out. There we go, baby.
Salvage deposit registered.
Give it a bit of a yoink.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Battery pack. Oh, shit. I've sent the ship off kilter, look. Messing about with that
Credits deposited.
bottom panel. It's a problem when the ship gets a bit lighter. You start to do stuff like that.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
There we go. We've passed 4, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem to pass 5. Oh, crap. Okay, we're going to have to take these out with a stinger because the split saw is going to knacker those cables, which is a pain. There we go. Ah. Get off, you silly bastard.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
And accidentally. And accidentally what? Listen, whatever, if you're responding to me, whatever it was that I said was like at least 30 seconds ago, you cannot possibly expect me to remember stuff for that length of time. I can't keep information like that in my brain. That's going to push out vital PIN numbers.
Deposit registered. Account credited.
You'll think I can remember your names, but it's only because I see them on screen all the time. Like, I get my children mixed up. I mean, I don't actually get them mixed up, but I do, like, seriously, frequently call them by the other one's name. When it gets worse is when all my 3 biological children and my 2 not biological children are all in the same place. Although that doesn't really happen anymore. I can't remember the last time when that was the case, but that's when it gets the worst. Because I'll be like, Meg, which one are you? And it's not like I've forgotten which one of them they are. I just, like, you know. It's like calling your teacher Mum. You know. We've all done that. We've all done that, right? Not just me. Please tell me we've all done that. We've all done that, right?
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Oh, that's... Why is that there? Whoosh. Console.
Salvage is secured. Applying credit.
What else we got? Anything left in here? Not really.
Object accepted for processing.
Nope. For God's sake. Okie doke.
Salvage registered. Transferring credit.
Console panel there. Airlock console. Was that the only filter? Was there another filter anywhere? Nope. No radiation in this ship either. Oh well, let's pull these lights off since we've got a little bit of time left, and then we'll drag that in. Don't normally bother with these, it's more trouble than it's worth for that amount of cash, but... What the hell? What the hell?
Salvage secured. Credit deposited.
Right, I best get this pulled in anyway. I know 8 minutes, but it's going to take only about a minute or 2, but it is a bit of a beastie, this. Gonna take a minute or two to pull this in there. Unless I put about 85 tethers on it. Which I don't plan to. Go! Fly! Be free! Sorted. Nice. Nice. Love it, love it. And there you go! Done! Oh, wait. We've a wee problem here.
Salvage registered. Transferring credit.
Shpoing. Ooh.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
See? I always forget these thrusters. I always end up leaving them out there till the last minute. Right, that. I don't think that'll take me up to 15. I'm pretty sure it won't, but... Let's go and see what happens when we go in.
Valuable object processed. All salvage goals achieved. Rewards maximized.
All salvage goals achieved. Oh, that's a tether. Oh, that's... What's that computer panel? Computer terminal that I flung off into the middle of nowhere. I wonder if I can still reach it. Seems a long way out. Oh, I can get it. Look at that. Oh, it's not as far out. It didn't go as far out as I thought, so we can still salvage it, look. There you go, little computer terminal. Go back home with your buddies. Safe and sound.
Salvage secured.
What's that? Anything interesting? Hello? What are you? Something's got... I think that's that... Is that rod that I almost incinerated? Something got stuck there. What the hell? Something's got jammed behind here. It obviously got flung out into the middle of nowhere. I'm guessing it's not terribly important, so we don't need to worry about it. There doesn't seem to be anything else there. Right, back to the Master Jack. See if there's any little cutscenes or anything. Well, I say cutscenes, you know what I mean. Bits of narrative. Oh, we've got some time. If you ever got time at the end of a shift, make sure you fill up your like tethers and your thruster fuel then. It just saves you a little bit of time, you know, at the beginning. So there we go. In we go. Bobby Dazzler. Great. Look at that. Midnight on the dot.
Hello, Shipbreaker. This is your morning wake-up call.
Yes, yes, yes. It's all terribly exciting. No, nothing interesting is going to happen today. Oh, man. Okay. I thought we might get that little bit of story content before we disappeared. Now, I'm not going to repair this because if you're repairing equipment, it'll save a ship, but for some reason, if you repair equipment just before you save and exit, it doesn't register that, and then I have to do that when I come back in. So there's no point doing any of those. We'll do those when we come back in next time. That is it from me for today. I don't anticipate there being any more streams this week. As I've said a few times, with the house sale still going on. We're not selling a house, we're buying a house. We're renting this place that's way too small at the moment for us. But we're buying a house, and that's kind of in the middle of going through. We still don't have a completion date yet, so we don't know, but I'm guessing it'll be sometime in August when we complete the sale and start moving, which is a pain because Saints Row comes out on August 23rd. and I wanted to really start playing that on day one. And if we move in August, if we move in the end of July, that's possible. If we move pretty much any time in August, that's not going to happen. And if it's any later than the 23rd of August when we complete, we're in trouble, because we want my little girl to go to the new school when it starts in September, the beginning of September. So it's going to be a bit of a pain. But anyway, until all that happens, I don't anticipate there'll be any more streams this week, unless something weird happens and all of a sudden I decide to throw up a multiplayer stream tomorrow or something. But I don't think there will be one, not this week anyway. Next week I'll be back in Shipbreaker, because we're going to stay with this until we've finished off the story, and then we'll move on to probably, I don't know, whatever's, whenever we get it done is whatever's going on at the time, whether there'll then be a couple of multiplayer streams, or we'll go and finish off Far Changing Tides, which I'd kind of like to do before I move again, since I started the other house. So I don't want a game that's only about 5 hours long to span 2 house moves. I don't want it to span between 3 different homes. That's kind of embarrassing, and I don't know, that would drive me nuts. But, Space Crew, there's just like Chivalry 2, Sea of Thieves, there's all kinds of stuff that we can delve into. But first of all, we're going to finish off Shipbreaker. So until that happens, and unless anything goes horribly wrong or weird happens between now and next week, I'll see you then. But until then, thank you all for dropping by. Thank you, Spiff, as always, for dropping by. Thank you, Alan Khan. Good to see you. Bunny, who's disappeared now. And Vlad, thank you, all of you guys, for dropping by earlier on. Razor HJ, who's probably still kicking about he's lurking probably somewhere, I would imagine. Mordred. Goaf. We had a visit from Goaf today. Shipbreaker celebrity. Well, he's not. If you don't race a Shipbreaker, you probably don't know who he is. But he's one hell of a racer. Is Goaf, good old Goaf. Geggs dropped in on us a little earlier on. Supop, GW, all sorts of people came in today. Thank you to everybody who dropped by, and I will be back next week. But until then, from Night's Arcade, this is Sleepless Night, saying nighty-night.